Purnamaste. Purnamaste, beloved. Welcome to the art of the word that I am. Art of love from the heart. And love is not right. Love is not wrong. Love is no conflict and no opposition between right and wrong, good and bad. I'm not right. If I would be right, then you would be wrong. If I would be right, then I would fight to prove my right. I'm not wrong. I'm the truth that I am from the heart. And in this video, I want to speak about the illusion of this world. What is the illusion of this world? Illusion of this world is duality, is separation. Separation between good and bad, that are always fighting for what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. And let us go a little bit within the kingdom within. You know, it is the mind that judges things as good and bad, actually the ego. Ego makes you identify with your mind and then judges your thoughts as good and bad. This is according to belief in the mind good, and this is according to the belief in the mind bad. And ego judges good and bad, makes you think that you are the mind. You know, it always judges you. But see something. How animals are and children. They are as they are, the best that they can be, as they feel right in the moment, as it feels the best for them. This is the truth. Truth is not what you think. Truth is what it feels best for you from the heart. And what is good and what is bad and right and wrong is what you are programmed in the mind in. This is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong. And it's always connected what others are to think, what others are to accept. So there is some program in the mind, what is good and what is bad. And ego makes you identify with the mind and judge your thoughts. So what happens then? You know, you want to do what feels the best for you, what feels right now, not what is right and wrong, not what is good and bad according to program. But then ego kicks in and blames you. You are not good enough if you do that. This is not good. This is not good. Look, they are not doing it. You are doing it. This is crazy. You should not be like this. Ego judges what is good and bad. And then you blame yourself. And you don't do what feels right. You blame yourself for that because you say it's bad, something is wrong with it, and you do what you think is right, not what you felt and feel is right, and you do what you think is good, and you blame yourself. You go in separation from self. So there's no good and bad. Love is the opposition of good and bad. I mean, the union of opposites of good and bad and right and wrong. It is only what feels the best for you now. But there is one law here. But there is one law here. Listen to me. Love is the union of darkness and light. No opposition, no conflict, no right and wrong, no fighting. So that means no violation of any energy. It means that, what it means. It has no opposition and no violation. That you should not violate anyone, consume anyone's energy, violate anyone's energy, oppose, conflict in any way, you know. And that's what's right. And then you understand. In the source truth, non-dual truth, there is only truth, and truth is multidimensional. Higher dimensional, purest truths of union of love, and lowest truths in separation. And truths that are just of different nature. Same dimension maybe than yours, but of different perception for different nature. And what you have to understand? That you have to do what feels the best for you without your ego judging you. It is good or bad, or you are not good enough. But you should not harm anyone and violate anyone. Because there's no good and bad. Everyone is exactly where they have to be, learning the best as they have to learn for the best. In the best way, in the best truth, and it is their truth. And you have to leave everyone alone and bless them, let them be in their dimension, because there's no right and wrong. Truth is multidimensional, and through separation and union, truth is expressed through dimensions, and they have right for their truth, and you have right for your truth. You should not change the truth anyone, violate anyone in any way, harm anyone in any way, because love, truth is the union of good and bad and right and wrong. There is no opposition, so you don't violate, you don't oppose, you don't consume the energy. You don't judge yourself that you are not good and bad and what is programmed by society as good and bad, but you do what feels the best for you. And you dance with those and give them love, complementary love and harmony, who resonate with your truth, that match together. Birds of our feather, we flock together. And what we do? And we bless everyone to be in their truth. We take care for what feels the best for us with those who are in our truth. And we allow others, we don't oppose them, but we are united in multidimensional truth. Let them be in their truth. And whoever doesn't want to be in our truth, we don't change them. We don't say you are wrong, I'm right. Because in truth, there is no wrong and right. Truth just is multidimensional. In many dimensions. You are in your truth, and you know that others are in other dimensional truth which is not yours, so you stay away. There's no opposition, no consumption of energy, no expectations, no control, but being your best self as it feels best, without your ego judging you that you are not good enough, and allowing others to be the best that they feel to be. There's no right and wrong. And that's the illusion of the right and wrong. And I was actually inspired a few days ago for this video when a man told me on a poem that you should actually feel deeply and get the truth revealed in feeling, not in thinking. And he said such nonsense that something worse you can say to me, I think that you are right. I'm never right. I'm expressing my truth. Everyone is right. If I'm right, then I'm wrong. If you tell me I'm right, you will tell me you're wrong. You're thinking. You try to figure out in the mind, the poem, what is right and what is wrong. You are not your mind. And it is in the mind, In the ego judges good and bad, right and wrong, not in a source poetry. That's why it was the worst thing a man could say. There's no right and wrong. I'm trying to teach this. You should not think you are not your mind. You should feel the poetry and let the truth be revealed beyond the right and wrong and what you think. So you see, there is another thing, and I'm inspired by a brother whose videos I watch, and he reminded me this when I watch on YouTube, and this is a beautiful thing, and all the time I'm speaking to you about the guilt. When you are free of good and bad, you are free of guilt. You don't blame yourself that you are not good enough, and you don't blame others that they are not good. Like a cat, free of guilt, like children, free of guilt, being the best they can be, doing the best they can do. And when it doesn't feel right, when somebody messes with our child play, it messes with our energy, it messes with a cat. Cat responds, don't mess with my energy, I want to play. Don't mess with my energy, I want to be at peace. And with no guilt. It doesn't feel right. And you just respond to energy. Nothing is wrong, nothing is right. It's just violation of energy. And like I said before, violation, opposition, consumption of energy is the only thing that it is not, because there's no opposition, no separation between good and bad. And that's why when you are free of good and bad, free of guilt, when somebody messes with your energy, it doesn't feel right, you speak out. Like I do always. And it is one thing, good and bad. Ego expects good things are happening, and then it takes all the credit. I did this. This is good. I created this. I'm so good. Ego praises you for that good thing. And good things you did and good things that happened to you, ego praises you. You did this, you were so good. Oh, you did this good thing you created. Well, it's true. But also bad things we created, and bad things are good. Because then, when bad things are happening to us, when things do not work out, when go wrong, when we do something bad, something terrible, you know what happens then? Then our ego blames us. Guilt. Oh, you're guilty. You did such an awful, terrible thing. Look. Before, when you did something good for somebody, it praised you because the result was good. And now result is that you did something what was not right, what didn't feel right, and you feel terrible, there was some drama, and now ego blames you. You're a bad person, you did bad, you did wrong. Well, there's no good and bad, no right and wrong. With everything that feels good, with everything that you did good and good things that come, it's like universe kisses you, blesses you. Here you have this. And with darkness, with drama, with when things do not go right, when there is contrast, and when you do something that it's not right, then the universe is teaching you. You are learning. There's no good and bad. You are just learning that this is violation and separation from self, and you are learning the best. You are being the best you can. You did good, the best you could, to experience what kind of aftermath and experience it brings upon you. So then after, you realize the best that you have to release this, stop doing this, and you can master the best soul lesson to rise on the higher, greater level, which is not the best or worst, it just is. So it was the best. Source teaching you, but ego blames you. So when you are free of guilt, like when I do something crazy, which is not so good aftermath, I say, I am the best that I can be. I'm learning the best that I can, but I'm mastering the best. I better stop doing this shit. Because it's not the result I want to see. It's good, everything is good, but it's not the best for me. And I'm going to do better next moment, and next time I'm to learn out of this. And I'm not to repeat things that I do not want to see. They are not bad, they are not wrong, they are actually the best because they are teaching me to stop doing this shit or I will suffer. That's how I see, with no guilt, with not blaming myself. Oh, I am the best that I can be, learning in this shit, the best that I must learn. So I stop doing this shit so I can be happier and fly and be closer to my dreams and all the greater things. That's how I always felt. And if something happens, still, this is how I feel if I fail. I'm learning the best. To master the best. Oh, I have to stop doing this. Okay, I learned the best that I can be. And this is the truth. And when ego blames us that we are not good and we did something bad, something bad happens, it's always because we are acting out of what is good, what is bad, what we are attached, what we think, out of that separation and duality, judgment in the mind, but not as it feels best. It feels the best, walk away from this, don't mess with this energy. But then you mess with it, try to control and change it, and you do something that doesn't feel right, and the aftermath is really the experience you don't want to see in your life, and then your ego blames you. Again, it blames you when you do what is the best for you, and when you do what your ego thinks that you must do and control and resist and oppose, then again ego blames you. It blames you for being your true self, what feels the best for you, and for not doing what feels the best for you when you saw this is not good. If I do this, I better not do it, but you do it out of ego, out of control, out of blame, out of resistance. And then again, ego again blames you. It blames you that you didn't do what felt best and walk away. So ego is a program. Good and bad is a program. It blames you for what is good and what is bad, and this is programmed in the mind. Your ego identifies you with the mind and judges your thoughts and good and bad, and then blames you always, and then always out of this judgment, ego also see what others does and what they do is wrong, and then blames them. You are wrong, you are not right, and all like this, So I don't know. It's really funny. And it's really, when you are right, then you see that others are wrong. Also, when people told me, there was one lady coming to me, you are right, you are right, you are right, you are right, and then one day she came, you're wrong, you're wrong. Ego is not blaming me. Ego is my friend. I want to keep my ego. And ego is not the truth. Ego defends itself. And nobody opposes it and challenges it. But she was praising me. Oh, so great. Oh, you're so wonderful. And then blamed me. Lady praised me like I'm Jesus Christ. Praised me. You are so peaceful. You are so compassionate. I told you, don't praise me. I told her, don't praise me. You will blame me soon. But use the word that I am to become the praise and glory that I'm teaching. Don't praise me. I saw you will blame me soon. And then I made a Jesus joke about Jesus smoking a weed and that we have to hide the weed because Jesus is knocking on the door. And how could you say such an awful thing? You don't care what you said, but Jesus cares for what you said. I care for what you said. I'm an enlightened man. If you would know Jesus and what Jesus cares, you would love me, woman, as Jesus loves and teaches you to love, not to judge what you don't understand. All the angels, Jesus laughing at the joke because it was inviting him. Oh, Jesus coming, let's smoke weed. And Jesus very happy, like Shiva Baba, Om Jar Rastafa, Om Balinat. And she was judging, judgment in her mind. What she thinks that is good judges me. And then I did something very bad. And it was actually something free of guilt, free of fear, something that divine beings love the most. Complete union with the source, with no guilt and fear, when you can make fun like a child, free of guilt. And she was blaming and judging because she was thinking in her ego, oh, this is good what he's doing, he's so good, he's so good, he's so good. And then, where there's praise, there's blame. He's the worst. Jesus judges you. And then the same thing happened to Jesus, that same worst. First they want to make him king, praise him, he's so good, he's the best, he's so good, he's right. And then after a few days, he's wrong, kill him, crucify him, kill him, crucify him. Well, he didn't take, nothing added up onto him when others praised him. So when others blamed him, didn't take anything away from his divine magnificence. He was still king, whole and complete as he is. Holy men, this is very dangerous. Holy men are troublemakers in this world because they are not good and they are not bad. But they are beyond good and bad. Whole and complete, being the truth, regardless what is good and bad, with no guilt and fear. And they don't change. They are whole and complete. They are not good and they are not bad. That's why people always through history cannot decide if they are devils, if we are devils, or if we are angels. And that's why Jesus was killed. First they want to make him king, then they kill him. That's why Buddha also had some strange stuff. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu strange stuff. Haridas Thakur was in prison and almost killed by Muslim men. All kind of things. But they cannot decide if he's a saint or a devil. Because he's not good and bad. It's non-duality. Non-duality. Now you see the thing with being right. And you will see also that others are wrong. That's why I don't like when people praise me too much. You praise me too much, where there's praise, there's blame. When you see something that you judge, then you will blame me. And that's ego. Where there's praise, there's blame. And in this world, this world, in this world, good and bad is actually a problem of duality, separation, opposition, good and bad fighting, good and bad, fighting, opposition. And can you see those who want to be right and prove how right they are, they always want to prove others wrong. And that's opposition, and that's the violation, that's conflict, that's war. And that's the same energy as all the wars in this world. And that's the only thing wrong, because in truth, in union of darkness and light, of good and bad, there's no opposition, no conflict, no wars, only peace. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. Everything just is. Darkness serves the light, as stars, as dark sky serves the sun and moon and the stars to shine in all their light, for the light, no opposition, you know. And in this world you see the problem. Who wants to be right wants to prove others wrong. Now can't you see this? This is really happening. You know, you can see all the religions in this world. And you can see what is the problem of being wrong and right, good and bad. They all say, we are good, we are the only ones right. And then they see others as wrong and bad. But the problem is that other religious group also see themselves as right and good and righteous, and others are bad and wrong and have a false god and like this, right and wrong. Every side thinks that it is good and that others is bad, and they are right and others are wrong, and now they have to prove others that they are wrong, and they have to fight. And even great wars are result. Just look at the situation in the world. Like there are forces that have power in the world, illusionary power, and like they can be in conflict, but they both think, we are righteous, we are good, we are right. And they may say, these communists are wrong, these communists are bad, these communists are... And then they oppose and fight. And others say, no, we are good, we are righteous. This capitalist, this democracy, this is wrong, this is bad. And they fight. But they both are convinced. Because when ego is right, then what is not in the same truth, what is in other dimensional truth is wrong. And then the only thing comes that is wrong. Out of that being right, righteousness, they attack, they fight. And even great wars, even atomic weapons were detonated in this world. Because both sides always thought that they are right. And in Great War, even in World War II, everyone thought they are right. Yeah. Adolf thought he is right. He's righteous. And those others are wrong. They have to be killed. And then he saw, I'm the only one right. And the entire world is wrong. I'm good. They're bad. So I have to destroy them. Prove that I'm right. And that's the thing. Because ego knows that it's not the truth. It's separation from truth. And then always has to prove that it is right and prove that others are wrong and fight. Because it is not the truth. And whatever it is different than his lie, he has to fight to prove the truth. And then wars and fighting and everything. And great tragedies, genocide comes out of it. But in the source truth, you understand, I am right, they are right. In every dimensional truth, everyone is experiencing best that they must experience, learning the best. And they are, in their dimension of truth, right and true, as I am in my dimension of truth, right and truth. And this is source truth. And I do take care to be the truth that I am in the dimension that I want to be, in love, and let others be the truth. And yes, the right and wrong, it's the cause of all the conflict in the world, all the political parties, like this. And in the world, they decide this is very wrong. And all the world goes into havoc. This is bad. And maybe worse things somewhere. It's that judgment in the mind, in the ego, This is what is good, and this is what is bad. And that's why world is in conflict. And like I see when people want to be right. It's the same energy. And when they want to be right, they want to tell me they are right, and this means they are opposing, violating, they want to fight. And that's the only way that is not right. In the truth, there is no opposition, no conflict. And like somebody told me, no, but I love my ego. Ego is part of me. I'm right, you're wrong. Defending the truth, trying to prove wrong. Like ego knows that it is not right, it is not truth. I never said nothing to that person. I have to deny, challenge, and make conflict, and attack, and violate. But the nature of the truth is truth. And ego doesn't change the truth that I am. Free of guilt, free of that judgment in the mind judging me, free of fear, free of that ego that thinks good and bad. And if they think I'm wrong and they are right, like Buddha said, ego that defends itself can never get free. They are only showing that they are separated from the truth, and they are doing what in separation, in opposition, they are doing, opposing, violating, trying to prove how right they are and prove wrong. By this, they are only proving that they are not truth. Because truth doesn't defend itself. Truth that is. You are good and bad, and let everyone be. If they would be the truth, they would not try to be right and prove wrong. And fight. So you see, this is how it is. Let me go back. Before I was speaking about how your ego takes credit for good things you do, for good results that bring good results, happiness, and whatever you do good and whatever good happens to you, praises you, oh, you did this, and then blames you, when something bad happens, when you do something bad, and the result is bad, and ego blames you again. You did this also, you're a bad person, judges you or judges others what they did. But the reality of life is completely different. It's non-dual. You are learning the best, experiencing the best, to create the experience that is to make you learn and master the best lesson. And if you are learning in the most terrible darkness that you are doing crazy shit, there's nothing to blame yourself for. Your ego is taking credit, blaming you, but you are in reality learning the best that you must learn to realize that you have to stop doing this. And everything is the best. And when there is contrast, you are learning about the abundance that you are within. When there is contrast, you are learning about your vibration. You are learning about what you really want. It's just showing you something. Your ego may blame you, you're a bad person, there's bad things that happen to you, God doesn't love you, and like this. Yeah, but Source loves you, and there is contrast and things that are not so great happening and not working, so you can release that fear, release that guilt, release that lack mentality and everything, Like in this world, what may happen now, people judge as bad, but in Source Truth, it is releasing so much fear, uniting people of this world, awakening people to search light, to awaken to the truth of this world, awakening people to their soul because they feel afraid, awaken to the reality of the life in this world and in the matrix, that we are enslaved and that we have to take care for our eternal life. And about illusions and fear they're spreading and what they're doing. And like this, it's the best for people to realize and come to the greatest light, for people to release the fears, even us if we have fears inside and all this, and to really connect, to align with the source in love, in trust, in faith, to go deep within where happiness is, in high vibration and kingdom within. So many good things in what ego judges as bad and good. For in mysterious ways, even in matrix, even in the separation of good and bad, when we are always judging good and bad, darkness is always serving the light. And it is the darkness that serves to release the darkness and to ignite and turn on the greatest light in this world. Always. People come search for light, people unite, people see the darkness and awaken to the darkness on the light, and people seek light, people get awakened, people release their fears. Their eyes pop open, they awake. So what is good and bad? Nothing. Only thing, what is the truth is that you should be in your truth, what feels the best for you, with no guilt, no fear, no shame, and be that truth, and work on your truth, and express your truth with those who resonate and love your truth, and let others be in their truth, in their dimension of truth. And there's no good and bad. Only thing that is bad, which is separation, opposition, opposing, fighting, trying to change, correcting, challenging, violating, all the conflict. And it's funny that all the conflict actually comes when we try to be right and we see we are good, then we see that others are bad, that others are wrong, and then we fight and oppose, violate. So there's no right and wrong. Right and wrong is actually cause of all the suffering, problems, drama in your life, mental diseases, your ego judging you for what is good and bad, and all the separation and opposition and enslavement and wars and conflict all over the world and fear. That's actually, there's no good and right and wrong, good and bad. But that separation between good and bad, judgment, right and wrong, is cause of all the suffering in this world. And just that's why I give you my word. So you can get free of guilt. When you get free of what's right and wrong, and what's good and bad, you get free of guilt, and you let others be the best that they are, not good and bad. You just don't violate, hurt, oppose anyone, but you are the best that you can be, free of guilt and fear, free of judgment judging you for good and bad, but as you are from the heart. And that's why I give you my word, because I'm not good, I'm not bad, I'm not right, I'm not wrong, I'm whole and complete in my truth, with no guilt, with no judgment, the best that I can be, expressing my truth in my dimension, and everyone else is right, there is no wrong. And I want to bless you in this life to come to the realization of the truth with this union of good and bad, love where there's no opposition, only peace, love, harmony, complementary love, no opposition, no judgment, no fighting, no ego blaming you and others for being bad, praising you and others for being good. But you are the best that you can be from the heart, and let others be the best that they can be. I give you my word just for that. We are in this together. We are not good and bad. We are love and free of guilt. We are the best that we can be from the heart. I give you my word just for that. And I'm going to give you my word every day, only maybe someday not, as long as I am here. But I'm young So I'm to do it on greater levels by being myself with no guilt and fear in mysterious ways from the heart. I give you my word. And if you love the art of the word that I am, if it inspires you, but if you in your heart wish to offer a gift, a donation to the art of the word that I am, do know, without of your donation, there would be no art of the word that I am. I live on trust and faith in doing my work. I practice what I preach. I do what I teach. And that's why I'm so grateful for every single donation. Without of you, there'll be no this crazy man teaching who's not good and bad, free of guilt, free of fear, loving you. So I'm so grateful. Thank you from the heart. Thank you. Every single coin, appreciate it. Coin on coin is gold and palace. And I'm grateful for the coin and for regardless what is bigger from the heart as a child. Thank you. And for every single donation, what I receive, may all blessings of my heart be yours. In giving, we receive. And I do white light source healing, quantum healing on your beautiful being. You shared some energy with me. It was a surprise. You didn't have to. I'm so grateful. I don't chat. I don't do things that don't feel right to me. I don't blame myself for not chatting and not commenting more than one time a day and like this. But I do what feels right. And I love you. And I feel so grateful. I want to give you the best thing that I can do. And best thing I can do is do the healing on you. Quantum white light source healing in the silence. I don't say nothing. I just give you my word. I do. I'm very clairsentient. In PayPal, I connect with your message. I connect with... In message, you don't have to write anything. But when I see email, when I see your energy, when I see these few words or love, there's sometimes written, thank you, you helped me so much. I feel you. I connect with your being very clairsentiently. And what I do, white light source healing on you, beyond time and space. I give you my word, I do the best that I can do, so I'm grateful. And I cover you in with diamonds and white light. But what you do with it, I do the best I can because I'm grateful. I'm silent because you heal yourself, you save yourself. If you stop judging in your mind what is good and bad, that you are not good enough, that you are bad and you should be different and is not good enough as you feel the best, and judging others and trying to be right and proving wrong, and then you cannot heal yourself. You suffer in separation, opposition, in duality. Then my healing can help you a little bit. But if you stop doing this, and with no guilt, with not your ego judging you that you are good and bad, you are the best, that Source wants you to be, it feels the best from the heart, regardless what they think and what you think, what is good and bad, and you let others be in their dimension, in their truth, which is not your dimension of truth, but is not bad, is their truth, and you bless everyone, and you rise for your truth. You don't oppose, you don't violate. You heal yourself, you save yourself. Everyone, I give you my word just for that. But for everyone who offers me a donation, I do healing on you. And then energy can really work, if you do the work. That's why I don't say nothing. But I do long videos. For we are in this together. And everyone giving me love, giving me likes, giving me good energy, beautiful, and when I mean good energy that doesn't oppose and violate from the heart, and respect that my energy is very sensitive. I'm a Zen master and I feel everything so clearly. Thank you for your love. Thank you for putting up with the crazy man that I am. It ain't easy always to put up with me. I'm a madman. But I love you. We are in this together. And may you be more free of guilt as I am. To be yourself, not good and bad, not right and wrong, but be the true that you are from the heart. I give you my word. I am the word that I am, true that I am from the heart, not good and bad with no guilt and fear. Source truth. Purnamaste. Purnamaste.